Hello everybody and welcome back to Crossplay Gaming. So today I want to start a series where I do a step-by-step walkthrough of the classic game Myst, and in this series we're going to be playing the recent remake from Cyan. Now I actually did do a 100% walkthrough of this game before, where it was basically done as a live stream and I interacted with chat. However, I did receive a few comments where people wished that it was a little more straightforward, where I wasn't pausing and interacting throughout the live stream, and they just wanted me to basically get to the point. So I wanted that to be basically what this series is, and I'll probably break it up from island to island or age to age, if you understand sort of how the mechanics of this game work. And so I hope you'll join me. Let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so here we are in the main menu. Let's go ahead and jump into it. We will be starting a new game, and I'm going to go ahead and use the classic solutions. You can either use the solutions that were basically always part of the game in the original version of Myst, or you can randomize them. I'll go ahead and do classic. I'll show you how to find the solutions regardless, so it shouldn't matter. But here we go.
Destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed, but I must admit that such conjecture is futile. Still, questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
There we have it. So we can start walking now. So we get a little bit of a preview here of Myst Island. So throughout the game, I want to try to let animations play, and also when there is some reading or something, as there tends to be in the game, I will sort of go off screen and page through it so that you can pause and read if you want to. So I'll try to keep it working that way. But let's go ahead and click and get started. So here we are on Myst Island. I believe I have the classic controls on. So we have a doorway here. We have a sunken ship here. Got some gears up there. We have a switch here. Let's go ahead and flip that switch. That'll be important later. I believe we do have sprint, yes. So we can go up and check out the gear. Here we are. We have another switch. Go ahead and flip that up as well. So for this segment, I will probably get to the end of the first portion of Myst Island. Here we have a note. So go ahead and pick that up and read it. Catherine, I've left for you a message of utmost importance in our forechamber beside the dock. Enter the number of marker switches on this island into the imager to retrieve the message. Yours, Atris. There you go. So, spoiler, this is a walkthrough after all. These are the marker switches, and so far we have flipped 1, 2. So there you go. Then we have this building here with another switch. There's 3. You can go ahead and open the door and take a look. And we will... I hit the button twice. I think that's fine. Alright, but here you have sort of this number system here. We'll take a look at that later. Just give you a little glimpse. Over here we have this lovely building. And this is the library. You want to take a look? So right off the bat here, I'm going to go ahead and show you the red and blue books. What you want to do is insert the page, and then we can sort of zoom in and take a listen. I'll shut up.
Bring me a red page. I can't see. Need a red page, you must. Make a bring. I am serious. Give enough. There is one thing I'm going to rescue.
Alrighty. So we'll close it up. Effectively, all that you could really hear was him saying, like, I am serious, bring me a red page. There were a few other things. You can easily find, like, transcriptions of the actual dialogue, but it's supposed to be hard to understand at this point. So we'll also do the blue page.
Serious? Are you? See you. Nah. Help me. Bring blue pages. Never. Pages. I must have the blue page. Bring them to me.
Alrighty. So again, hard to understand, intentionally so, but the key things he said were he's Agonar and he wants blue pages. Okay. So then we have books on the shelf over here. We will get to that in a bit. We have a picture here, a picture here. We'll get to those in a bit. Fireplace here. Everything here we'll sort of get to in its time. But you'll notice on this map here where we can rotate this, we have a couple of things that have been lit up. We have sort of the dock over here on the map. We have a circular building here, and we have the gears over here. We'll get to that in a bit. All right, so we have 3 switches so far, and we have a 4th one here. We have a 5th one over here. Number 5. We have, let's see here, 6th one over here. 7th one over here. And you will notice, if you come over here, across the water, there's an 8th one. Okay? So that is the number of marker switches on the island. We'll get to this one being able to actually flip it later. But we have 8 marker switches. And so the note said to enter the number of marker switches in the room under the dock here. The chamber, whatever you called it, 4-chamber. So yes, here we have our chamber. Let's head on in. Lovely area. Have this lovely pool down here. If you hit the button, it turns off, which is cool. You can read the paper here. It says topographical test, or topographical extrusion test 40, marker switch diagram 47, water turbulent pool 67. So I think that means it's set to 67 because it was on the water turbulent pool. Feel free to test out those other numbers if you want to. I won't do them all right now. We're supposed to put in 8. So, there's 8. And then we hit the button. Bingo. And now we can head on over here. And I will shut up as the message plays.
Catherine, my love, I have to leave quickly. Something terrible has happened. It's hard for me to believe. Most of my books have been destroyed. Catherine is one of our sons. I suspect Agar, but I shouldn't leap to conclusions. I'll find him and Cirrus as well. Oh, I should have known better than to have left my library unchecked for so long. Well, I've removed the remaining undamaged books from the library and placed them in their places of protection. You shouldn't have to use the books until I return, but if you've forgotten the access keys, remember the tower rotation. Oh, and don't worry, Catherine. Everything will be fine. I'll see you shortly. Oh, and erase this message after you've viewed it, just to be safe.
There we go. We know that didn't happen because the message was still there. But I don't know if you could hear all of it, but he said something terrible has happened. My books have been destroyed. And he says he's not sure which of his sons did it, Cirrus or Aganar. And you should know those names at this point. So he says he moved his remaining undamaged books. But he's going to find Cirrus and Aganar. And he says, if you've forgotten the access keys, remember the tower rotation. And so we need to look into the tower rotation, which we're about to learn about. So now we're back in here. And so there is sort of the intro to Myst Island. And so we're going to now access what I think is probably the smartest age or island to check out first. And that's going to be the mechanical age. Now, there are 4 major ages in this game. And we're going to go ahead and look at these books here. There's 4 main books here, and they all concern the ages. And so we're going to take a look at the mechanical age book, and I'm going to go ahead and page through it. And you can go ahead and pause on each page if you want, and I'll be right back. All right, so there you have it. There's the book. Let's go ahead and put that back. And now we're going to go ahead and get started in accessing the mechanical age. And so in order to do that, we need to do, like he said, the tower rotation, which is something we can look at right here. So as we have put up all of those, or put down all those marker switches, the different portions of the island have lit up, or the different locations. And so let's go ahead and rotate it to the gears over here. You can kind of hear some rotation in the background, right? And so then we're going to go ahead and use these pictures. And so here we see that there's a hallway. So we're going to hit this lever right here. And voila. Okay. Back here we have ourselves a nice old-fashioned elevator. Make sure you close the door. We head up to the library, or head upstairs from the library. And now it says tower. All right, so we'll have 2 sides here. There's one that has a book, one that has a key. So again, these are the classic solutions. If you do randomize, these numbers and times and things are going to be different with each puzzle, but you're going to find the solutions here regardless. But classic solution is 240 and the number's 221. And then if you look over at the book here, I believe this is going to show you the location that you rotated to. So you can see out here, there's the gears where we were. All right. Let's head on down. Down the ladder. Come on. Yeah, this version is also available in VR, which is cool. All right, so 240 and 221. Let's head on back down to the library. All right. So then to open everything up again, you need to go over here with the picture of the open door. Pull that down. And we'll see that close up and this open up. All right, so we have a solution now. So we're going to head over to the clock. And we have control of the time. So the bigger one here is going to be the minute hand. And so we want to put that to 40 and then 2. There you go. And then hit your button. Bam, bam, boom. We have a bridge. All right. So now we can actually put up the final switch. Relevance of that you're not going to see for a while, but that's okay. All right, so we can click and focus in on this puzzle. Now, this puzzle here, this is something the creators of the game said was actually a puzzle design that they regretted because it's really actually hard to figure out. So maybe you've come to this walkthrough specifically because of this puzzle, for instance. But basically, what is not intuitive about it is that you don't only have to pull the levers once and let go. You can hold the levers. So I may not get this first try, but once you know that you can hold the levers and it changes things, it's not too hard to figure out with a little trial and error. So starting here, let's go 1 pull. Sorry, got to really hold it for a second there. And then we're going to go... And then 1 more pull. Oops, sorry. 1 more pull. And there's 2, 2, 1. Bingo. And then you just saw this gear open up here. All right. So you could see sort of the combo there. Switch back and forth. Just feel free to go back and follow the moves I did. It's relatively straightforward once you know the full mechanics of it. But that means that when we go over here to the big versions of the gears, the mechanical age doorway to the linking book has opened up. And so there's your intro to Myst Island, leading up to the first book. So there's going to be part 1 of my full walkthrough of the remake of Myst. So I hope you enjoyed part 1, and we will be back next time for part 2, where we actually complete the mechanical age. So I hope that you'll join me for that.